Good morning, church. Pastor Dave here, hoping that your Christmas was as wonderful as you had imagined it might be, with lots of family and lots of food and lots of joy. This morning, I want to recycle some of what I presented at our Christmas Eve service Saturday night. So if you were there, be prepared to hear something you may have heard before. The idea I want to focus on is the significance of God's choices about His incarnation. When we read the Christmas story, we see that Jesus was born into a particular societal stratum. The group He was born into was unremarkable, poor, in many ways, perhaps most ways, insignificant. They were not scholars, they were not leaders, they were not artists, they were not well off. But this is the group that God chose to become part of, and there has to be a reason behind such a choice. So what might that reason be? And I ask you to consider this. Those who are powerless may not be able to imagine what having power and influence would really be like. But those who do have power know very well what it is like to be without it. Because everyone at some point feels powerless and inadequate. Those who are insignificant may not be able to imagine what it would truly be like to be popular. But those who are popular know very well what it is to be ignored and unwanted. Because everyone at some point feels unappreciated, overlooked. Those who have nothing may not be able to fully comprehend what it is to have great wealth. But those who are rich in possessions know very well what it feels like to do without. Because everyone at some point wants what they don't have or can't have. Now, power, prestige, beauty, wealth, fame, glory, those are attributes of the few. But all of us, everyone, regardless of our situation, have experienced helplessness and want and pain and weakness and loneliness and regret and loss. Those things are universal. Those things are humanity's common experience. Not the great things, not the wonderful things. No, the other stuff, the bad stuff. That's what we all know. That's what we all share. That's what we all have in common. And that's where God chose to meet us. God came to us as the embodiment of our common experience. And I think it had to be that way. Think of it like this. If Jesus had been born a rich, famous, handsome prince, he would be foreign to most of us. So he didn't come to us like that. He came in humility. The Savior of the world entered his own creation, innocent, poor, uncomfortable, helpless, unrecognized. And that we all understand. We can all identify with that, and therefore, and here's the point, therefore we can all identify with him. And that's immensely important, because to identify with something is literally to take your identity from it, to base your understanding of who you are on something outside yourself. And so, because Jesus lived his earthly life within our common experiences, the parts of life we all know, we can all identify with him. And we can all take our identity from him. We can all base who we are on who he is. And that, my friends, changes everything. Everything we do and say, everything we are. God bless you all.